Hello and welcome back to another episode of the CQ the Watch Guy podcast with me, CQ the Watch Guy. Hope you're having an amazing day out there. I know I am. We are here at David SW Miami, and it is another beautiful day in paradise. Can't complain. Little rainy outside, but I'll take a rainy day over a hot day. It's been super hot the past couple weeks and couple days. It's been feeling very summer already, so not in a rush for that, but it is what it is. Very Florida, very Miami outside, but anyways, we're loving it. Definitely invite you to take shelter, come cool down with us. If you're in the Miami area, come on. If you're down by Design District, come on, say hi, book an appointment with us, give us a call, and I'll stop in, come on, have a coffee, let's talk some watches, and I'll come cool off for a little bit. Come cool off. We can sneak out on the patio, get some breeze up there, and I'll, talk some watches and have a good time. Anyways, let's just dive in, right? We have some good things to talk about today. I was perusing around the watch media circles and seeing all the great things that are coming on, and so many, it seems like there's endless releases of watches. So it's really more about, what do I want to talk about, right? What do I think you guys want to hear about, or what really excites me, right? What kind of tickles my little watch nerd brain that isn't too deep in the depths of watch nerd and that you guys just, don't get bored and click off. And anyways, what I thought that was very interesting is we have this F1 season. So what's great about F1 season is, of course, the races and all that. We're excited, but it's a great platform for all the watch brands to do all these great releases. You already seen amazing releases from Moser and Tudor this year so far. And IWC said, hey, don't forget about us. Don't forget about what we're doing. Maybe Mercedes isn't getting as much podiums as, normally we do. And maybe, listen, Sir Hamilton isn't, and maybe there's maybe the Ferrari news, blah, 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 blah. We don't care what's going on. We still make amazing watches. So IWC said, hold my beer. I'll give you something to talk about. And they decided to release a concept watch. And Sir Lewis Hamilton was spotted walking around with what was announced as the IWC Pilots Watch Chronograph 41 in what is now trademarked as Ceralume material. Now, this is very interesting to me because I think this is a super cool concept. And basically, it's ceramic mixed with superluminova. It's a full ceramic watch that's giving you full lume. And they didn't just do the ceramic on the watch, they put lume down into the strap. So in the images that they're showing, the whole thing goes fully lumed. This is just a concept watch, and it is not in full production. Nothing has been announced or anything like that, but I love the concept. And I love the fact that they had Lewis Hamilton wearing it, because that means that, it's more than just maybe we'll just make one, or maybe we'll just make two. If it was something like that, I think they'll probably make like a perpetual or something super duper crazy. But them making it a Pilots Chronograph 41, I think it's like, hey, something's coming. We just wanted to, just let you guys know, be ready. And I think this is a very interesting concept, and it could be such a cool looking watch, especially if it is truly, when you look at it, a nice white ceramic watch, but goes fully lume in dark environments. Or if you hit it with a black light, it really, really glows. Now there's some, notations there that they got a full 24 hours of lume out of the watch, which is insane. It could theoretically be, anything in theory is possible. There's a lot of surface there, and it could have packed a lot of superluminova in the case itself. Because remember, when you're looking at normal lume surfaces, they're just dealing with the hands of a watch, right? So there's really not that much surface, not that much depth. How much lume, how much material can you really pack on that surface? When you have a whole case or a strap, there's a lot of surface, there's a lot of material that you can pack there. Still, to get 24 hours of lume, that's a lot. So how much energy, how much charge, how much light, the intensity of light to get that charge is interesting to me to really figure out. But even if I just got a few hours of really strong lume out of this watch, I'd be super happy. I'm that guy, I have a UV light in the club, going to the bathroom, charging it up, and just to pop out and be in a pitch black club with my Pilots chronograph, just like forget the diamonds. I got that fully loomed Pilots Chrono on. I think that would be such a cool watch. And what's also interesting is, they're calling it the first fully ceramic, fully loomed watch out there. Last year they did a fully loomed dial, right? But we forget that Bell & Ross also almost did a fully loomed dial, and they had the BRX5, which was not ceramic. It was I think like a epoxy mixed in with lume, and it was a partially fully loomed case, not the whole thing. There were some black elements there, but it did give a good lume. I touched it in Dubai Watch Week. Was that 2023 or 2022? 2023. So we touched it in Dubai Watch Week 2023. Great looking watch. I gotta say, the IWC is just a better looking piece. And if they can execute it, of course, the BRX5 is in regular production now, but if IWC can regularly produce that watch, they've got a winner. Who knows what the price would be for something like this, but I'm here for the Lume Wars. We've already had the thinnest watch wars, but I think the Lume Wars would be an interesting thing to see go down. And I think IWC, people forget, all these brands they spend so much money on research and development for all these, movements and cases and materials and things like that, that I love that they just keep pushing. They keep pushing envelope, and, we're now past just the thinnest movements. Because really, how thin can you go? You're going to give me a credit card? You give me a piece of paper on the wrist? Sure, that's interesting. But a fully lume watch, that's just as cool. And that takes just as much technology. Of course, it's a different type of technology and maybe not as much mechanical engineering, a different type of science in there. But to me, it's just such a cool thing to even to see a concept of this, So I'm very excited that this even exists in concept form. Super excited to see what a regular production or even a limited edition of this would look like. So kudos to you, IWC, for really putting something cool in the marketplace, even if it's just a concept, and for starting the Lume Wars. The Bell & Ross, I think, kind of started a little bit, but IWC said, hold my bear, we're going to go shot for shot. I'm here for it. I'm here for the Lume Wars, and I'm definitely here to see more iterations of this fully loomed watch. As you can see, very, very excited of it because I'm a big fan of lume pieces, and I'm just very interested in, the capturing and dispersion of light and how we can do it. I mean, just imagine you're in the club and boom, you got that fully loomed all ceramic watch. Especially if in the daytime it looks like a normal white ceramic. To me, that's the key. If it doesn't look like a glow in the dark material, if it just looks really clean like a normal ceramic piece, but then in the dark it really glows up, I think that's super cool. I'm a big fan of that. So IWC, kudos to you. Excited to see hopefully you make more of those watches. Hopefully you're not just teasing the world. That'd be not so nice. Anyways, let's dive into some watches of the week. We got some great pieces for you. And let's start off with a watch that I don't talk about too much here, but a watch that I do love a brand that I do love very much, and that is Chopard. And today we have a Chopard Grand Prix de Monaco Historique automatic chronometer. This is reference 158569. Full box and papers, unworn, 4875. Great price. These actually go retail closer to 8,000. Big fan of Chopard. You may know Chopard for many different things. You may think about them for their jewelry. You may think about them for their high-end LUC watches. You may think about them for their Mille Miglia watches, right, with the tires on them. But they do a lot of things in between that are really good. And here with the Historique chronometer, you get a really interesting time-only piece, clean, classic. If you're somebody, I brought this up because I always talk about watches on straps, and I wanted to get something on a bracelet and give something to my bracelet lovers out there. And I think this is a really great find for a piece on a steel bracelet. I love the Grand Prix de Monaco Historique line. They do such great watches in that line. A lot of pieces in that line, they'll have a lot of, loud color accents, whether it be orange or yellow, which was the last iteration. This one, a little bit more muted colors, little touches of yellow, but nothing that overpowers the watch at all. You can barely see it right there. The Grand Prix de Monaco Historique is a historical Grand Prix that takes place in Monaco, where they only use historical cars. So it's very, very cool races going on for a very long time. I also wanted to pick this watch because the Monaco Grand Prix just happened. Congrats to Mr. Charles Leclerc, who got his first race in his hometown. It's his home race as well. So big congrats. Getting back to the watch, clean, time-only piece, power reserve at 6 o'clock. That looks like a fuel gauge as well. If you're somebody who's into racing, you love cars, you love driving, this is a great piece for you. If you're somebody who's looking for a unique piece on a bracelet, this is a great watch for you to look at. Great value, great do anything, really tank of a watch, but not from a brand that you're really thinking of when you're thinking, oh, I just want a nice tank, I want a good weekender, something, fun to do anything. And it's a chronometer, so it's going to be an accurate piece, something that's always going to be there with you, and you're not going to have to worry about accuracy problems or something like that. And again, 4875, right at that price point where I'm okay with trying something a little bit unique. And I did talk about it not needing a strap. You can have some fun and put some straps on it. You know me, I can put a strap on anything. Moving down the chain, we have another fun piece, Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch, the white side of the moon. And it's so fun. I was just showing the dark side of the moon. I like all the sides of the moon. There's a bunch of different sides of the moon at this point. The dark side of the moon is the one that first came out, all black ceramic, stunned the world. Oh my God, such a crazy moon watch. Then you have the gray side, and the white side came out. And the white side is a little bit of a polarizing watch. One, it's all white ceramic watch, and you're like, how can how can I wear it? And I was in that camp for a while. I was like, white is a very loud, it's a hard color to wear when the whole watch is white. A white dial I love a white dial. It's nice. It opens it up, but a overall all white case watch is very hard to, on a white strap, you're afraid the strap gets dirty and things like that. So it's a little bit challenging to wear, you think. Then, one day, I saw somebody take this beautiful watch. They put it on the blue fabric Speedmaster strap. Changed my mind completely about this watch, and he wore it as an everyday watch. It was in his everyday rotation. He would put it on the blue Snoopy strap, you could call it. He put on the black dark side of the moon strap, and it changed my feelings for this watch so much because he was able to wear it every day just by changing the strap, change the overall feel, and took it from what would be a once in a blue moon wear of a watch into something that could go into your regular rotation. Of course, it's a white watch, so it attracts a little bit of attention, but it's not like a high yellow watch or something like that. So it's still actually very wearable and can be very versatile. And it's it's an all ceramic side of the moon watch, so you don't have to worry about it getting scratched up. It's a great in-house movement. It's a unique piece. Price point is going to be great, $86.75 for a full set on this one. But I would suggest you get a piece like that, you get a few different straps, and you'd be amazed the fun you can have with different straps for this watch. Really, really great piece. And at $86.75, you really can't find other watches that will give you full ceramic cases, in-house chronograph movements, coaxial escapements, chronometers. This is a watch you're not going to have to take to the doctor very often, not going to have to worry about it. Your only challenge is how do you want to wear it? How do you want to have fun with it? And I love watches that give you all this value. Really, really cool watch to have in the collection. And it's a lot of fun. I'm telling you, you have some amazing, amazing adventures with this watch if you're not afraid to jump on. It's one of those watches, like, if you're not afraid to pull the trigger on it, it rewards you with a lot of great memories. And last but certainly not least, we have the Rolex GMT Master 2 white gold in what I consider the most perfect Meteorite dial. This is my favorite variation of a GMT Master 2. I think white gold with that Meteorite dial, Pepsi bezel. What more could you want in a watch? I think right now these have kind of settled to at some really steady pricing. This one's a full set, April 2022. Excellent condition. We have it at $55,875. If you've never had a chance to see one of these in person, that dial just dances. And we're used to seeing Meteorite dials in, day dates and Daytonas and things like that. So when you see it just in that sporty GMT case, something about it I really enjoy, especially the fact that it doesn't have diamonds. It does, no diamonds on the dial, nothing like that. So the dial is doing all the talking, and it's just like it's semi stealth well because you don't know what it is. It is stealth well because you don't know what it is. That dial doesn't really jump out at you when the light hits it. Of course, it speaks and you know what it is. But in normal wear, it looks like a steel piece. If you know your watches, you're gonna know what it is. But in everyday wear, it's very under the radar. You don't know what it is, but it's a very, very special watch. It's just a great looking watch. Every slice of meteorite, it's so individual. It's like a fingerprint. But I've seen many of these on the wrist, off the wrist, like this all day, and I love them. It's hard for me when I see one of these not to stare at it for a few minutes. And it's one of those watches, you buy it and you stare at it for half the day. So that's the only reason not to get this watch, is it will take definitely some time away from your life staring at it. But you could take that time and just have a moment and think about other things as well. And yeah, at $55,875, I think these are now at really good prices. They seem to be staying there. And yeah, I don't think, what is there not to like about this watch? To be honest with you, it's so great. Every time I look at it, I'm just like, yeah, this is just, it doesn't really get better than this. Anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you have a great day, and remember, buy what you love.